It's getting hot in here. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and berries, welcome to Synergy Cafe. Another day at Synergy Cafe here at the World Nerve Center and headquarters in friendly Fridley, Minnesota, which is a suburb just north of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And it's going to get cold up here soon, Minnesota, you know. So my guest today, he's not yet here. He might be having some internet troubles. I checked on one of his websites and it wasn't happening. So maybe he's having some internet connections. I believe he's down in Florida, so maybe there's a hurricane down there or something that's holding him up. But his name is George, and the last name is Dubec, just like that. George Dubec. He's an expert in business and social networking. So he's not here right now, but he might be drifting in, and maybe he's out looking for the door to get into the virtual green room. And when he reaches the virtual green room, I'll let him in. But he's not here now. So to spend a little time and give you some education on who George is, I'm going to read his bio off of his website that I managed to get on my phone. I was having a hard time getting on it with my browser. So something weird is happening on the internet. So again, welcome to Synergy Cafe. My name is Brad. I go by MagicBrad to separate from the Brents and the Bryans and the other Brads out on the internet. I'm the one and the only. The only one that has magicbrad.com anyways. So let's talk a little bit about George Dubec. I'm going to put his website up here in case you guys are able to find it, but that's his website right here, George Dubec. And it says, George Dubec is the ultimate networker. He started his career in 1995 as VP of sales for a company that produced a TV set-top box that provided internet to television. In 1997, he became a VP of sales and marketing for one of the top web design and hosting firms in the Southeast. He hosted and produced the Internet Business Hour radio show, broadcast over 35 markets for 12 years. And George became an independent consultant in 2010, and he has worked with top companies and organizations to help them use the internet to promote their products and services successfully and get more traffic and more sales. He has been an outstanding judge for the Web Awards since 2006, reviewing all the top websites in the world because of his years of experience. He is considered a top connector in high-tech world, which gives him access to the best resources available, all the latest cutting-edge technologies and up-to-date program systems and software. A nationally recognized speaker on business and social networking, business skills, online marketing and technology to groups, organizations, companies, and trade shows. I know about that on a national basis. So that's our friend George. And like I said, if he does pop in here, I will welcome him in. But in the interim, that's a little bit about George. And I do know about trade shows. I used to work with my friend Ron Eccles, and him and I, he was a trade show sales trainer. He taught exhibitors how to effectively exhibit, and I promoted those seminars for him. And I used to produce a couple trade shows myself. So I was going to have a conversation with George because I've got to deal with the word networking. To me, it makes me feel like an electron. I know that back in the days, I'm 67, so back in the days, networking to me was when there was an office that had multiple computers and you connected all the different computers together. That was networking, a computer network, internet. Before the internet, it was just computers. And now they call it networking because what you're doing is you're hooking up people. And so I get it, but I don't know. That's a personal thing. To me, I think it's more about the people than it is about the connection. The people have to connect on a genuine, sincere, and authentic level. People need to know who each other are. That's what I've been, I just had a conversation this morning at Creative Mornings, which is a thing that happens once a month all over the world. It's a morning gathering, kind of like a TED Talk type situation, where a couple hundred people get together in a room, do some networking, socializing, get to know each other, and then someone gets up and talks for a little bit about their past, present, and future project. So I was having a conversation with this guy, and we were talking about the concept of networking. And to me, it's all about building a relationship. You need to build a relationship first, because let's face it, if you've got two people that just don't agree on politics or ethics or morals, even if the product is great, and even if the customer has the money to buy the product, and even if the customer wants the product, if the customer and the salesperson don't vibe, they might not buy it. And can you blame them? Because you're going to be going to the salesperson probably for any other purchases, upgrades, anything like that. It's about relationships. That's what all this stuff is about. So our friend George has not showed up yet, and I'm not good talking by myself. I usually leave that to myself when I'm by myself. So let me show you some of the stuff that I'm doing. I've got this thing that I've been building for a while. It's called the synergycollaborative.com. Now, this is just the domain for it. And if you go here, you may be slightly confused because this is it's an unorthodox, different method. So let me explain it. The word synergy to me is synchronized energy. When you get two or more agree, miraculous things will happen. So to me, like synergy is 1 + 1 = 11. 1 + 1 = 11. 1, 1. So synergy is basically the sum of its parts ends up being greater. The sum ends up being greater than the sum of its parts. 1 + 1 = more. It's kind of like when your mother and father got together. There was one mom, one dad. They got together and they created a miracle. You. So that can't happen when you're solo operating. You need when two or more agree. So that's what the synergy element of the collaborative is. And then the concept is to collaborate on a common goal or a common interest. Now, here's an example of how I did this back in the event industry days. My background, the MagicBrad thing, comes from I was a magician. So I created a trade show for people in the event planning industry to come and find all the resources they needed. So there were vendors, exhibitors, and booths and tables. There were caterers, balloon decorators, staging, lighting, limousine services, motor coaches, entertainers, speakers, different event venues, the cruises on the rivers, on the lakes, tour operators, travel agents, all these things that event planners could use for weddings, fairs, festivals, corporate events, city celebrations. They can use all this stuff like the portable restrooms and the power generators for outdoor events and tent rental and the bouncy things for the kids. And all these things, all these resources were in my trade show. And event planners from all over the Twin Cities, from Target, Medtronic, Cargill, 3M, General Mills, Pillsbury, Honeywell, Land O'Lakes, International Dairy Queen, and multiple other companies that were local, the event planners would come to this event. And I had a couple thousand event planners at that time. That there's corporate people, there were associations, there were wedding planners, there were independent planners, there were political event planners, medical type event planners. So all these event planners would come in here to look for resources. Now, the way this would happen was I would have these exhibitors, they would buy a booth space, then they would help me promote it. I would print these tickets up. I wonder if I have one of these tickets. I've got one kind of like it. I would print up these tickets. This is for a different thing. But I would print up all these passes, and the exhibitors would, of course, invite their customers and clients, which are event planners, to this event. And of course, they would invite them because if they didn't invite them, their competitors would. And if you don't invite your planner, your customers, somebody else will, and who's going to get the glory, right? So it was synchronized energy of 200 exhibitors all inviting people to this event. And then I would distribute I would do postcard mailings. I do like 5,000, 10,000 postcard mailings to about a 50-mile radius of Minneapolis. This is all before the internet. And quite honestly, it was a lot of work, but those were the good old days. So that's what synergy is to me, and that's what this synergy collaborative is. The idea, I've cast the net a little bit wider out beyond just the event planning industry. But the idea is to get, like, say, for example, if a collaborative member is we'll say a hypnotherapist, a person that helps people heal from past life, or not past life, but childhood traumas, perhaps. So what they're looking for is people that are having childhood trauma. So if you can bring a group of people together looking for that same audience, the probability of getting the people that are looking for the healing and the nurturing and becoming a better person and resolving old traumatic wounds, those people would be in that room and they would be able to find help from massage therapists or yoga instructors or hypnotherapists or anybody that does any of this transformative wellness coaching, psychological stuff. So that's one example. Or maybe it's a real estate agent. A real estate agent's looking for first-time home buyers. If we collaboratively work on getting those first-time home buyers onto a boat on the Mississippi River and we cruise for 2 hours, you've got 2 hours of conversation with people that are thinking about buying a house for the very first time. That's a good place for a real estate agent to be. Or, for example, you're a commercial real estate professional and you're looking for building owners and building managers to be able to sell your mortgage services, or maybe you're a contractor that does flat roofs, and there's retail shopping malls that you want to do the new roofs, or maybe you want to do the landscaping around the commercial building, or maybe you want to plow out the parking lot in the winter. Well, there's ways of finding those people, and if we can put those building owners and managers all in the same room with you, the person that's looking for commercial building owners, that's a good place for you to be. So that's the idea behind the Synergy Collaborative. It's hard to explain it because it's different for everybody, whether the person is a real estate agent or a holistic healer or an entertainer that's looking for gigs or whatever the person might be, whatever your business or even your passion or whatever. Anyways, I'm rambling on. George hasn't showed up, so I'm going to sign this off. If you want, you can check out his website. But like I said, it wasn't working for some reason. But that's how you find him. That's how you spell his name. And we missed George. So I'm not sure what happened. It's possible that he went on to Google Meet instead of getting the email for StreamYard. And StreamYard is the platform that I'm using here. And by the way, if anybody's interested, let me see if I got another little ta-da here. I don't, but I should. Hang on a second. Let me get this. Let me look. Not there. That's not it. Here it is. So let me put this up here. Maybe you want to attend. I'm doing a workshop on a webinar. And here it is. It's how to make money on the internet using the affiliate model. And that's the way to get to it is magicbrad.com/webinar. That's the way you get to this. It's magicbrad.com/webinar. Where is it? Right there. That's how you find that. Okay. So if that's something you're interested in, I'm going to be doing that September 20th. And it's just I'm not charging any money for it, and I'm not looking to sell you anything. What I want to do is I'm trying to find a collaborative group of people that are interested in learning how to use the internet and earn money through the affiliate model. And that's what it is. So that's where you register. And you can learn more details on that webpage. And that's the story, Morning Glory. So that's all I've got for you. I'm sorry that George didn't show up, but that stuff happens, and I get it. Sometimes that happens. So again, thank you for joining me at Synergy Cafe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be good, be kind, be nice. Okay, peace. Did I say be nice? Be nice. See ya.